Now, in this one, we're going to go back to our directions and we're going to handle two at the same time. For the stock level, we're going to use another conditional function called the if function to display the word order whenever the quantity of stock in column A goes below 50, and then we're going to use conditional formatting to make sure that each occurrence of the word order appears in red lettering or appears somewhat different so that it stands out. Going back to, we go to the stock level of the spreadsheet. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this number. If that number is below 50, all right, it is going to put the word order there. Otherwise, it will leave it alone. Okay? Now, to do that, we use the if function. We start with an equal sign. We type the word if. We open parentheses. Now, this formula has three dimensions to it. It has a logical test. Then it's got a comma. What do we do if it's true? Then we take another comma. And what do we do if it's false? So here's how it works. We're going to point to the number 45 by clicking on it. If that number is less than 50, we're going to put a comma there. Now, the value, if it's true, if it's less than 50, we're going to open quote and write the word order, close quote, in there. We're going to put another comma there. What do we do if it's false? Well, if it's false, we leave it alone. We don't write anything in there. To do that, we put an open quote, we hit the space bar, we put another quote, and we close it up with a close parenthesis. We then press the return key. Keep in mind, the criteria was 50. This has 45, so it's going to put the word order there. Next, we're going to go to conditional formatting. All right, and we want that word order to really stand out. Look at the way you type the word order. You go to conditional formatting when you are on the word order. You're going to go to highlight cells rules, and when you're then going to go to equal to. Well, you're going to type the word order. Now, you can pick a number of different formats there. You could put red text, light red fill with dark gray text. However it is you want to do it, I said the word red. You're going to click on red text, one of the red options. You're going to click OK. That's going to make that word order appear in red. The last thing that you do in this particular part, go down to your direction, is that formula and formatting has to be copied down that column. Going back to your spreadsheet, you will notice that every active cell, the cell with the little rectangle on it, in the lower right-hand corner has a little dot, a square dot. That's called a fill handle. Now, it knows that there are things to the left of me all the way down to row 68. What I do is I point to that dot and I hover over it. When I hover over it, you will notice that it turns into a 4-pointed arrow or a 4-pointed symbol, like a large plus sign. That's called a crosshair. When I double click on that crosshair, it copies the formula and function all the way down that column. And it automatically stops when it realizes that there's nothing else to compare it to on the side. So you will notice any place you have less than 50, it will have order in there, and it will be in red letters.